Hey, what is up, family? Yo, it's been a minute since we made a YouTube video, but here we're gonna make a new world video. If you guys are playing this game just like me, I'm totally in love with it. We were able to unlock M10 this week. It was a epic journey, so I kind of want to explain to you how we got there, what we're gonna be doing next week, and what you want to do in a sense to pretty much try to get the highest levels you can, right? All right, now I want to try to explain some of these levels to you and what I think the best way to go about them is. So I would suggest like being in a set 5-man or having 3 different groups where you guys are kind of working together. So the deal with these orbs is that you can kind of skip a orb. Okay, so let's say like, let's use Justin for example. If Justin uses his orb on number 1 and then the team clears it on gold, he'll be able to bring in somebody named like Richard, right? Then he can bring Richard in and Richard won't have to use his orb on number 1. He'll, by clearing number 2 with them, he'll be on number 2, and you can just continue doing that until you get to a higher tier. And then whenever you have to repeat, you pretty much repeat on the higher tier. Okay, you don't want to be using everybody's orb on the lower tier. You kind of want to be, if you have a clan or a company, I always call it clan, but if you have a company that is willing to work with each other, you know, some people might stay lower or use their orbs on the lower rounds, but you can all like progress to round 10, right? So with the right group, you'll have like 9 to 15 orbs that you guys can use. So I plan on using my orbs on round 9. Your GS, your overall gear score, is going to be super important. Right now we are at a 618 overall gear score, and this will help you mitigate some of the damage you're taking in these dungeonos. Right here we have a Great Axe and our Fury 621. We pretty much focused on our weapons, our chest, and our helm the most, and then we kind of caught up everything else as we went up, as we leveled every time. My chest, I try to put as much as I can into it. 619, I'm pretty much using a void bend to just use it across all 3 dungeons, and then the rest of my gear is pretty much all the way into the ward. So whatever dungeon you're doing, whether it be ancient, angry earth, or corrupted, you pretty much want to try to have at least like 3 to 4 of these wards. I want to say they're going to help you mitigate the damage insanely, okay, so that you're not getting one shot. I know you play with some of your people and they're just dying over and over and over and over. This is going to help mitigate some of that damage, right? So as we can see here, we have the mob weaknesses guide, which you can just screenshot, or I can leave it on the video's description. Right here we have ancient and 120 strike damage, which is hammer, and then we go with a topaz for the lightning damage. Pretty easy, right? 130% right here also. All right, so for this week's mutation, we had fire. It's being said, rumored, that the next one is going to be void from the people that experienced the PTR. There was 2 elements, which was fire and void, and they dealt with both. So pretty much right now I'm gearing up to have everything void resistance, everything that I can, like my amulet. And yeah, I'll probably go with some opals for elemental resistance. And it was pretty hard, right? The vampiric, anytime they hit you, they get health back. And it was just a journey, man. The blowback, sometimes people would get absolutely destroyed by the blowback. Even the fire on the ground, honestly, like enemies apply burn on hit, dealing fire damage over time. Fire was pretty crazy, so it was pretty hard. I'm excited for the next rotation to try to get a 10 gold. We'll see like if my team can do it, right? So now the next thing I kind of wanted to explain to you is the gear score. So pretty much if you're leveling up gear from, let's say, like 596, I wouldn't really suggest like anything lower than like 595, because right here it's 330 shards just to make it level 600, right? This will add a perk because it's a named item. So like right here we come over and we got to upgrade it 1 gear score to make it 600. So we're going to use 125 shards, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade this, and this should help this instrumental earring become a legendary, which it didn't. All right, so I was under the impression that this became legendary, but it doesn't. So now you all know at home as I do, right? So that was 130 something shards just to get it 1 level. Whereas if you have your gear already level 600, like legendary gear, it'll be a lot easier. So let's say we wanted to use 130 shards right here. we will go up to level 12. So we will get 12 gear score if you're leveling up a weapon from 600. And if you were leveling up from 595 or 599, you would only be able to go up one level. So it's a huge difference in shards. And I think you really want to try to like buy or craft your gear until you find gear that is like level 600 that you can use. So another thing you want to make sure that you have ready is like whatever activity you're doing, whether you're fighting ancients, angry earth, or corrupted, you want to have at least some basic trophies. Okay, these are fairly inexpensive in my opinion, unless you're on Eden. We kind of control the market here and make some of these prices insane, but people buy them, so you know, it is what it is. I'm going to have major corrupted for the next one. I have 2 already ready and then 1 on the store, so I'll have 3 major corrupteds giving me that additional damage. You want to make sure you have a trade skill buff activated, an attribute food, a basic food. You want to pretty much have everything, so when your healer heals you, he heals you for more percentage, right, off all your buffs. And honing stones is a necessity. You should have a honing stone every time. You should have consumables like gemstone dust to protect you from the elemental damage, especially if you're under gear score. And as far as that goes, that's about all the consumables I feel you really need. If you are on the lower side, like right here, I pop some of my strength food and I get to 300 strength, or I pop some con food and I get to 200 con, which gives me a bunch of different buffs, 20% increased armor, and then 10% more health because my physical armor goes up, and it just keeps working on itself, right? Keeps stacking pretty much. I also want to show you this calculator, which is phenomenal. I'll put it in the description down below. And with this calculator, I'm able to input my gear score, which right now is 618. Right here, you can't see it, but it's 618. So when I come over here, I put in all my information that rounds us up to 618. And then the amount of shards I have up here, which is about 8,000 shards, because I used some on this ring that didn't, this earring that didn't become Lego Rip the Dream. But yeah, after you put that in, all this information, real simple, it'll calculate what's the best route for you to take to achieve 620. So from 618 with 8k shards, I will go to 620. If I just put in to my weapon, I've got to put in 3 points right here. As you can see, I got to put in 1 point to my secondary. And then my helm needs 1 point. You know, everything that's green, this needs 2 points, my chest, and I will pretty much be 620 GS. I'm going to be waiting till next week because I have like specific gear for Angry Earth already ready that I've purchased, and I'm just pretty much waiting for the next dungeon. I'll be using an M build with Angry Earth, and I will be crafting a corrupted set today. So all right, lastly, this is another chart that I wanted to show you. This is what it'll cost you, how many umbras it'll cost you to go up a gear score, and then by 10, which is every single piece of your gear. Real simple, real straightforward. If you have any questions about the chart, just ask me in the comments below. This one is from 600 to whatever. So like, let's say you want to get to 621 from 600. You got a whole new build you want to run and they're all 600. You're gonna need 23,000 shards to pretty much bump all 10 of your pieces to 621. Right here we have the clears. So if you're doing M1 and you clear gold, you get 40 shards. You get 33 and 27 for bronze. So as you can see right here, it exponentially goes up how many shards you receive the higher M's you are. So you really want to be on them higher mutated levels. So I'm on the 9, which I got 4k for the gold clear. And then once we get a M10, even if we get bronze, we'll still get the 4k that we got from 9 gold. So if we get gold, we'll get 6k. 6k shards is amazing, and your lowest GS should be 620 and your recommended GS should be 625. I've been hearing a lot of homies, especially the homie Solid, say that you should be only like 3 GS under the recommended. So you should be like 622 around here to complete those M10 golds, and like 619 to complete M9. And then right here we have some other charts that you'll find useful. These are the casts that you open, the gypsum cast. So if you're opening a cast on 606 GS, you're only getting 6 umbra shards. If you're opening a cast on 620 GS, you're getting 80 shards. Okay, so I usually open it on 621 for my hammer, and I get 96 shards per hammer gypsum cast that I open. Okay, so make sure you're using those orbs and those casts properly. Make sure you're kind of being patient and you're using them on the items that are like your highest GS, right? Okay, so as you can see right here in the yellow text, it changes in 19 hours. So I kind of just wanted to make this video so for the next rotation, you guys are prepared. A lot of rumors that it's going to be corrupted. I'm hoping personally it's Angry Earth, but it's probably going to be corrupted, man. So just be ready for that. And make sure you're always grabbing these bounties, okay? This is going to allow you to get more tokens. And the more tokens you get, it's going to allow you to get these mutator ores for 10k tokens. So make sure you're stacking up them tokens. Make sure you're also buying your chisels, because you'll probably need like 3 to 5 chisels per week just to be making those las and gen orbs that you can sell on the market for like 3 to 5k each. So pretty useful. Other than that, yeah, just craft the gear you need. Use timeless shards in my opinion, and be smart. And hopefully this video helped you. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or you could check out the YouTube or the blah, 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 blah. You could check out the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/macho. It's been a minute since I made a video, but yeah, I'm usually over there trying to push my team and my clan to the higher tiers. So we got some plans for the next run, and hopefully it all works out and goes perfect. So thank you again for watching the video, guys. Salute, and I'll catch you later.